Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my 30-week pregnancy update, and it's so crazy to think I'm already 30 weeks pregnant and 10 weeks or less baby girl will be here. And it's so crazy but so exciting to think she's like literally there's not much more time and she'll be here. So it's so exciting. Ethan and I say all the time, man, like this pregnancy has flew by. We can't believe that she could be here in like 7 weeks, less than 7 weeks actually. I'm a little over 32 weeks today, the day I'm filming this. So she could be here in less than 7 weeks. 7 to 10 weeks is crazy to think about, and we seriously can't wait. Cannot wait. We are so excited. I was trying to think of what all I want to talk about in this update other than what I usually talk about. And I went on Instagram and asked some of y'all that follow me on Instagram any questions you might have for me that you would like for me to address in this video. So I'm going to go over some of those as well as doing just my regular pregnancy update, telling about baby, my symptoms, and all that good stuff. I had a doctor's appointment today, so we'll go over all that, how it went, and I hope you guys enjoyed these pregnancy updates. I love them because I can look back. If we were to have another baby in a few years, I'm not sure that we will, but if we were to have another one, I can look back and say when I'm 30 weeks pregnant next time, then I'll know what my symptoms were and kind of compare, because there's so many times that I'm like, I think this is how it was with Delaney, but I can't remember exactly. So yeah, I just love doing them just for me as well, just for memories for me to look back on as well. So baby is the size of a summer cantaloupe this week, and she is about 17 inches and close to 3.5 pounds. And she is going to be moving from the breech position to birth position if she's not already. Hopefully she will be doing that soon. Definitely don't want to have a breech baby, but she should be moving into the birthing position soon. Head down. It says you need this app. I use the Ovia app. It says you need to start thinking about everything she needs, nursery and all that stuff, which if you guys have been following any time, I've talked about she will be, we're not actually doing a nursery. Her and Ren will most likely share a room eventually, but she's gonna be, we're not setting up a crib, we have an extra crib in the basement. We're not setting up an extra crib until we are ready to move her out of our room. We just don't feel the need to like set up a nursery and do all that. It's just not what we feel. We don't feel the need to do that just because we don't know how the room arrangements will be as she gets a little bit older and we move her out of our room. And so we don't know if her and Ren will share a room, or Delaney and Ren and the baby will have a room by herself until the kids, till she does good about sleeping. We just don't know. We just don't know how the kids, like how the baby will be sleeping by then. And so we don't feel a need to do an actual nursery until later on, like after she's born and after she's starting to get out of our room. So I feel like not a whole lot has changed with my symptoms, other than I just feel like my belly is growing so much more. Like it's harder to bend over just because my belly, I don't know, it just feels more round, and that there's not really a whole lot of symptoms to update on, but I knew I wanted to do a pregnancy update, so that's why I asked for other questions that you guys might have. But yeah, I can definitely just, obviously my belly getting bigger, and I am measuring pretty much right on track, maybe like a week ahead, but nothing that is concerning or anything. But I'm still sleeping really good at night, and the only thing is I have two things. Hip pain still. That's the only pain I've really been having at night, is my hip pain. I just have to change position every so often, and I'm having to change positions right now. I'm having to change positions every so often, like tossing and turning, but I'm sleeping really good still. Also, I'm guessing it's carpal tunnel, like a pregnancy induced carpal tunnel type thing. My hands go numb at night so much, which makes it really uncomfortable, and sometimes like my arm like starts hurting. But that is another uncomfortable thing at night, but it's not really nothing that is like super uncomfortable, and I'm not able to sleep at night. And even the hip pain is not like so uncomfortable right now that I'm not able to sleep. But the SPD, no SPD lately, none, which is crazy. I mean, I had it some in the second trimester, and now I'm in the third, and it's like pretty much gone. So far that is out of the way. hallelujah, and the sciatic pain is out of the way. Her movements, we were actually laying in bed last night. Me, Ethan, and both of the girls were just like laying there before they went to bed, and they were watching my belly move, and she was just like, my belly was just like moving like crazy, and they thought it was the coolest thing. And she is honestly not a super active baby though. Like, it's like there's some times when I'm like, I haven't felt her move in a while, and I've even got my Doppler out a couple times just because of that. But usually when I actually sit down and pay attention to it, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's like she's totally fine. She's moving like crazy. It's just not like, her movement is not like super strong, I guess, where I don't know, she's just not a super active baby. And I even talked to my doctor today I said, you know, I've read that I need to start doing like kick counts and stuff, and he did confirm that I should start doing that. He said if you feel her move like a ton, then I'm sure she's fine. But if you like go a while and you're not really feeling much movement, he said I would just probably sit down or lay down probably after you've eaten, and just kind of monitor and make sure you get those 10 kicks or movements in the hour. And so I went ahead and confirmed that with him, because I knew that's something I should probably start. I mean, I really do monitor it. Like, if she is not moving for a while, like it's something that I definitely do monitor already, but I just wanted to get that confirmation from him to definitely start doing that. So getting into my doctor's appointment, you guys probably saw last week in my vlog, last Wednesday, I believe, I was talking about pregnancy concern, and I went to the doctor. My blood pressure was a little higher than normal. It was good, but higher than it had been. My blood pressure runs like really, really good. Even on the lower side of the 120/80 is, you know, normal is 120/80. Actually usually runs on the lower side of that. It was a little bit higher last week, and we were concerned that it could start creeping up. We were, you know, you never knew. It could have just been a one-time thing. Could it start is it starting to creep up, or was, you know, did I eat something that maybe kind of made it go up a little bit? Was I a little extra stressed that day or something? But I had another doctor's appointment today. I am going weekly to the doctor now. We've actually scheduled my next like 7 appointments. So I'm going weekly to the doctor now to keep a check on that. We don't want it to start getting high and us not catch it in time. So I went back this morning to the doctor. I dropped the girls off at school real quick, headed to the doctor, and blood pressure was a little bit higher than last week. Still fine, still good. Like slightly more up than last week. So it's still not a cause for concern where he's gotta start doing blood work and maybe start doing like NSTs and things like that. With my last pregnancy, when my blood pressure started creeping up, I was getting twice weekly NSTs, non-stress tests, and I believe that was for my blood pressure, as far as I can remember, is why we done that. If it does reach a point, then he'll start monitoring it a lot more closely, doing, he said, extra blood work and things like that. But it was a little more elevated than last week, so I'm really concerned that it's going to keep doing that each week, and I really hope it don't. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope it at least maybe stays where it's at, because I'll be fine if it does. But I guess I'm expecting probably for it to continue to rise. And I know like there's things that you can do while to help with blood pressure. You know, I've gotten comments, drink a lot of water, watch your salt intake and things like that. But then it's not always possible. Like when you're pregnant, so like your body does, your hormones are extra, your body does so many different things, and like it's, no matter how much I drink water, no matter how much I really watch my salt intake, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to prevent it. Now, it could definitely help it. I'm still taking my baby aspirin to help with blood pressure, preeclampsia, and things like that. But I'm definitely concerned that it's going to continue to rise. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. He asked me today, he said, do you have your next appointment scheduled? He wanted to make sure I had it scheduled for next week. He said it's definitely starting to creep up, so I just want to keep an eye on it and make sure it don't get too high. And so, yeah, hopefully it doesn't get too high. The good thing about my last pregnancy is I did have high blood pressure, but we could always get it down. It was never so high, and there's nothing we could do about it. I never had to have, it's like magnesium and things like that you have to get it down. Am I right? I never had to do anything like that I remember, at least. But the good thing was that we were always able to get that blood pressure down to where it needed to be. I could go to the doctor's office. If it was elevated, a lot of times I would lay on my left side for a little bit. They would recheck it in 20 or 30 minutes and it'd be better. A couple times it didn't and I was sent to the hospital, but even when I was at the hospital, it would usually come back down up until that 36th to 37th week mark, and that's when preeclampsia showed up. So I'm just praying that it just continues to maybe stay where it's at, and I hope it just don't get much higher than where it's at right now. Also, another thing about the blood pressure thing, I'm not really showing any symptoms of high blood pressure, which is not really that high yet where I'd really show symptoms, I guess. Once it got to the one where he'd start getting concerned is 140 over 90, I believe. And that's when I could maybe become like symptomatic, but so far no symptoms of high blood pressure. So far we've gotten the car seat, the halo bassinet. I bought that from a friend for a steal of a deal. Y'all probably saw that. The car seat, the halo bassinet. The other bigger item that we want to get is a new swing. We'll probably, maybe sometime this month, we'll get that. We've just trying to been spacing it out so we're not buying so much at one time. I cleaned out within the last couple months all the baby clothes and things like that, so that's something else that we're having to buy a lot of, is clothes and things, just because I got rid of a lot of the newborn 3-month clothes that I had before. Not all of them. I think I have like sleepers and some stuff like that, but I got rid of a ton, so it's definitely something we're gonna have to start buying more of, is clothes and things like that. Yeah, the reason I got rid of all that is because a lot of the clothes might have been like stained, like 2 kids have wore them and are outdated, and I was just like, you know, I just want to get like new stuff for her. And so that's a big reason that I got rid of most of the stuff. Like I said, we have a few things but not a whole lot. So we've also bought a few things but not a whole lot either as far as clothing wise. But yeah, we've definitely got to start buying all that other stuff that comes along with having a new baby. Thankfully we still have stuff from the girls, so we're not buying like what a new parents would have to buy, everything that new parents would have to buy. So I'm going to go ahead and get into some of the questions that you guys had. I'm just going to get into the pregnancy related questions, and I hope I'm able to answer your question. If not, that's because I forgot to screenshot before the questions went away, but I do have some of them pulled up here that I can still see. So my due date is April the 7th is my actual due date. What are some items you plan on purchasing for baby M? I've talked about that. I just talked about that. Is we got to get more clothes, we got to get a new swing, and we've got to get a double stroller, which I've said this before, I'm not worried about necessarily getting that before she's born, but maybe like soon after for all of our spring and summer activities that I'd love to do. Do I plan on doing a what's in my hospital bag video? Yes. In fact, I'm hoping I want to have that packed by 34 weeks, just to be safe. Let me know when you had your hospital bag packed, but I plan on getting it ready, packed, everything in it, and get that video filmed by 34 weeks. When is the name reveal? Most of you guys probably know that, but we're waiting till birth to tell her name. Are you planning on approaching her birth different than Delaney's? I don't know. I guess my mindset is get the baby here, healthy and whole, whatever that might take. If that means I have to have a C-section, then whatever. It's not ideal, and that's not what I want. But I feel like anything could happen during a birth. You never know what could happen, and yeah, Delaney's birth went really well. I was induced that morning. However, I was already dilated to a 5. And so, yeah, I just get the baby here healthy, whether that means I get an epidural, whether that means I'm able to go natural. I'm not saying I am going to do that, but yeah, you just never know. I feel like, and somebody also said you have a birth plan. I feel like, just my opinion, I feel like you just never know what could happen during a birth. Like, what if you never know if the baby's heart rate like might start dropping or something. You just never know. I feel like anything could happen during a birth, and I just, you got to keep that open mindset, I guess. But yeah, that's my plan, is to get her here healthy and whole, however that might be. Do you plan to breastfeed? And I also saw about breastfeeding, what kind of pump I use with Delaney. Yes, I do plan on breastfeeding. I use the Medela pump in Style Advanced that has the bag with it that's easy to carry if needed. And I will get another pump with insurance, because with insurance you're able to get a new pump, I guess, each pregnancy. So I plan on getting a new pump, and I will probably just get the same one. That way I'd have an extra just in case something happened to it. But my plan is to definitely breastfeed, and I plan on getting a new pump this time, and probably the Medela in Style Advanced, just because it worked fine, and I feel like it's probably the most popular pump to get. Someone asked, who do I plan on being in the delivery room? And with Delaney, it was Ethan, his mom, and my mom was in there. But I think maybe this time, because it could very well be our last, and I don't know, I'm really thinking about just me and Ethan this time, just making it just between me and him in the room. But I don't know, like, then again, when I come down to it, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. But I'm thinking it'll just be me and Ethan. But also, I feel like I want somebody in there to be able to take pictures for me if I'm not able to film, which I don't think I'm able to actually film the actual birth, from what I've been told and from what I've read from our hospital. But then again, I'm like, I want somebody to be able to take pictures just in case I'm not able to film. That way I'll at least have those to put in the birth vlog. So I really don't know, but I guess we'll see as it gets here. Are you nervous going from 2 to 3 kids, and will Ethan be able to take off work for a bit? I'm not really that nervous, at least so far I'm not. I feel like it'll go well. Obviously with a newborn and then 2 kids under 2, it'd probably be harder. But then again, like, it wasn't that long ago we had 4 kids, like 2 were fosters, and that was not easy. I mean, we were like so busy every single day from the time we woke up, from the time we went to bed. So I feel like with a newborn though, like, I don't know, I'm not really that nervous, and we'll even be able to take off some time for work. We don't know exactly how long he'll be able to take off, but hopefully at least a week. I'd love for him to be able to take off a few weeks, but I don't know if that'll be able to happen. I really don't know, but at least a week is what we're planning on. So we're trying to save up his vacation time and all that for the birth. And also we go on vacation in the summertime. We have to save for that. So we'll just have to see. We're definitely at least a week, but we'll just have to see. Are you gonna have a baby shower for baby number 3? I don't know. That's not something that like I plan, that like actual mothers plan themselves, or maybe some do. I don't know. I wouldn't expect one being my 3rd. I wouldn't like expect someone to throw me a shower or anything. I feel like it's different everywhere with every family or where you live. Like, some people have one with every single baby. Like, I know I have friends that have had one with every single baby they've had. But I know, and I feel like some places, like, it's looked down upon if you have one after your first baby. I don't know, like, I've heard that at least. But like I said, I don't know, but that's not something that like I actually would plan or anything. All right, now I'm gonna show you guys the bump. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. All right, so I've got my cardigan on, so let me kind of pull that. All right, if you guys saw on Instagram, I posted a picture on my stories of a bump. Oh God, my foot's asleep. Okay, that was painful. Anyways, I posted a picture on my stories, a comparison of 30 weeks with me and 30 weeks with Delaney, and I was bigger with Delaney than I am now. But I also, like, I started out at a much lower weight this time as well. So yeah, this is the 30-week belly. Definitely smaller than my last pregnancy, but definitely there. There it is, little belly poking out. 30 weeks. I feel like I have a normal size belly for 30 weeks. I haven't always felt like that the whole pregnancy, but I feel like it got bigger early on. But then, like, now the point I'm at, I feel like I have a pretty normal size belly to be 30 weeks pregnant. All right, I feel like I went over everything that I've wanted to. Bump shot, all the questions you guys, well, most of them that you asked, pregnancy related. I hope I got to everybody that asked questions. And all that good stuff, my doctor's appointment and all that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I hope they're not getting super repetitive, but I will keep putting them out because I want to be able to look back on this as well. So I hope you guys are enjoying them, me updating about everything. It's not going to be long until you'll be here, and it's so crazy. I'm so excited to do the what's in my hospital bag video, what's in my diaper bag, the birth video as I get prepared and actually go to the hospital and all that good stuff, and just to keep you guys in the loop and updated. I'm so excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.